Hey, Chris, so ain't nothing, man. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you too, bro.
Yes, sir.
Definitely good to see you, brother.
Yo, Born. Show them how we do this, man. Btbtv. The bully, the bullies. No run, no retreat. Yeah. BTB TV. One more time for y'all in the back. Y'all slow ninjas. Rah. Yo. John Gotti flow, rap Pablo, Escobar status, rap game Corleone. I can show you how you lay back and watch your pockets grow. Stay away from devious women, end up like Papa Smoke. Y'all wake up every day twitching, like yo, I gotta post. I wake up everyday mission, it's $1 million notes, dominoes, bodies drop, rot stink like hollow toast. Broadway, man, if you know, then you know. I came for everything they said I couldn't have, got that and then some, and then some. My ones on overload, say y'all overdose. Your rappers in the tight squeeze and that clutch like Cobra rope, the okie doke. We don't go for that. All she wrote, another tale from the street, death and horror flow. The projects like a ghost try and haunt your soul. Another tale from the street, homicide the folks who wanna play till them guns scream adios. Another tale from the street, black mafia. So Don Corleone mixed with Al Capone. Another tale from the street, like an opera show. These kids be acting to their life movie, curtain closed. Nowadays your foes will plot you wearing Malcolm X hats, 666. The devil on his shoulder, won the death match. Reminiscing when more street ninjas was off the hook, chasing D's up off the block, trying to run and get the force, blood on pavement. He's 12 years old and he tough to play with. He don't go to playgrounds, that's his fiends who want their veins stick. We can't miss, we can hit the target with our hands behind our back, our eyes closed and half brainless. Don't play with us. Another tale from the street, death and horror flow. The projects like a ghost try and haunt your soul. Another tale from the street, homicide the foe.
Cuban link in the house. Cuban in the house.
Mafia.
The king.
So Don Corleone mixed with Al Capone. Another tale from the street like an opera show. Like movie curtain closed. Yeah. Btbtv.
The movement, baby.
The movement, man. You're born. You're born, let's get him. Let's get him.
Peace, yo, peace. You know what I'm saying? That's my theme music for my show, yo.
I liked it a lot, man. It's hard.
Thanks, bro. Thanks, bro.
Shout out to my man Chris, you man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
We got some business to handle though, man. We lost touch for a minute, man. It's time, it's just crazy. But King of New Jersey,
bro,
you know what I'm saying? Always been checking you out too on your YouTube podium.
I used to hit you and shit, but I know you be busy, bro. I'm trying to hit you.
You trying to hit me? No, I know. This time around, I was a little busy. I was running around.
I'm talking about. I sent you a DM and shit, trying to get you come on the show, like.
You got it under the King of New York, like when you hit me.
King of New Jersey, yeah.
I mean, King of New York, King of New Jersey.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't get that. I don't think I seen that shit. I would have been responding, man. I think, matter of fact, like last week you hit me, right?
Yeah, I hit you last week, yeah.
Well, yeah, because you was talking about this with the Wack 100 situation, right?
That Joe, yeah.
I was trying to take a little pause because them niggas be jumping me every time I'm in there, man. I be like, these niggas be jumping me, boy. And I was like, hey, you know what? I ain't gonna give that shit no steam. Because every time I go in there, I go in there with just have a little discussion. Because I know this, you know what I'm saying? Like the hate that Wack got, it comes from a different pipeline. So you know what I'm saying? I know it was in the bush because he started off with my name in his mouth with a lie and shit, talking about I was paying for protection. I was like, this nigga, I don't even know him. He acting like he know me, right?
Damn,
so I'm like, I don't know this dude. Like, why you coming at me like that? Like, we can't do shit on the phone, so you gotta act a certain way. Like niggas in that channel and shit, that Clubhouse shit. They be acting gangster. But you know how it is, straight pussy niggas are the ones that get you because they do pussy shit and you get caught up. And that's why they want to get caught up, you know what I'm saying? And that's not my thing, you know what I'm saying? Be yelling on the phone, like, you know what I'm saying? Little kids and shit. Like, I can I could really hurt you through a phone. Like, so my attitude never gonna be on that. But they got me on there. They got me on the SMD shit and all that shit. I was like, damn, I was disappointed in myself. God damn. But you know, that's how it goes. That's why I didn't want to get that shit.
But you know, that's some Jersey, New York shit. We tell nigga quick to eat a dick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we older. So you know what I'm saying? That shit takes a lot.
Right, we older.
Say
that.
That.
Right.
It gotta take a lot for me to say that. That's like
fact.
That was the last. This fighting words, but basically, so they got me that tight for me to be on that shit. I was like, I promised myself I ain't gonna get to it. But they was lying on my shit. They was just making the whole thing seem like a whole different thing, and I was like, damn, these niggas. And then you got a bunch of them. So them niggas is disrespecting.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them talking at the same time. It's like, man, come on, man.
Yeah. And then they be lying.
Wow.
They blatantly lying and shit. Trying to put a narrative that ain't there. And I'll be like, what the fuck? These niggas is crazy. Like, you expect to have a regular conversation with people. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, if they don't like you, don't like you because certain things you did and shit, whatever. But they was trying to make the narrative like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a liar, and put me out there to be something I'm not. And that shit got to my veins and shit. After a while, it's like, damn, man.
Hell yeah.
And you be trying to humble. The more humble you try to become, the more they jump you. So it's even
the more
worse. That's what bothered me. It's like y'all been trying to come in here with respect, nicely, and all this shit. And y'all gonna talk to me like that. Y'all gonna disrespect me. Y'all gonna allow me like this. So it got me to that point. But you can't get your word to be heard in there. So I just let it go. That's why I was like, I'm not gonna make up a room in fucking Clubhouse. So that should go be the same type of vibe. It's not the vibe I'm on. You know what I'm saying? I know the truth.
Right,
and the people know the truth.
Right, yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, yeah, it's true.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you some fun shit. Them niggas are suckers, yo. And all the niggas that follow Wack 100, they follow because they looking for a payday.
That's the fucked up. That's the fucked up part about it. They'll do anything and shit for it. You seen that the CEO Reek shit? You see what happened with him and shit? Yeah, that nigga he getting what he deserved, really, man. I was really feeling sorry for him for a minute because I thought he was a young coming up kid. He had a little talent. He had a little, you know what I'm saying, presence when he grabbed the mic. So I thought he was on the right path. Regardless, I know he got to play the position he got to play because he's down with Wack and shit. But I thought, I could have a little, you know what I'm saying, compassion for him. But I heard him talking some shit about me, and I'm like, wow. And then nigga throwing me to the wolves, trying to lie on me, saying I gave him mad shit on this, like he trying to make me look like a certain way, and I'm trying to be nice with this kid.
I know.
And I'm like,
crazy.
The paperwork and all this extra shit that, you know what I'm saying, I'm the one that I'm scared of the TS niggas, I'm a Joe and them niggas, that's why I'm doing it. Like, I'm like, what? That nigga's a snitch, straight up snitch. Like, he got to put on 48 hours right there. That 48 hours show, that's what he sounding like when, you know what I'm saying, them niggas putting the pressure on him. And he started getting
that's crazy.
Yeah, but anyway, that's a whole different side. That's a side that, if it was something that you could debate, some real questions that, you know what I'm saying, you could go back and forth and debate, you know what I'm saying, like without the extra disrespect, then no big cool. But that's not a good channel for that,
It's really not, man, because it's all I really hear is disrespect on there, man. People go they go haywire on there, but for no reason. Mad disrespectful.
But they got that agenda though, man. You know what I'm saying? Wack put them up to that agenda. It's like they don't got no respect, you know what I'm saying, for niggas. And it's like that's not a cool thing. That, you know what I'm saying? Niggas earn their respect. Certain people earn their respect. And some situations are real where they giving the gas like it's just a regular, entertainment shit, and it's not like that.
Right. Yeah.
So that's the point.
Hell yeah.
How you gonna tell you your story?
Exactly, and what I said, and then try to coerce my motherfucking words to sound like I said something else when I didn't, and it's just like that's that type of shit. Like that's mischievous, man. That's shit that's not good. It's not good. It's no good, man. It's no good.
It really ain't. That's why I don't even got an account.
But I put myself in there, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I try to break through all that ice. You know what I'm saying? With the disrespect and all of that, I'll be like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you're on the phone and, you don't get to see these niggas' faces.
Right.
And it's
Exactly.
They got a certain kind of narrative about you because, they got the leader, which is Wack 100 and shit, saying certain things about me. And it's like, they're all lies. So it's like, they falling for it, but it's no pity and there's no mercy for them niggas. I'm not saying that. Before it was a little bit because it's like, damn, the leader of them niggas is driving them, you know what I'm saying, to a car crash. But they deserve to fucking, be crash test dummies though. They put themselves in that position.
Yeah, they put themselves, exactly. They put themselves in that position.
Yeah, so.
You know what I mean? Like we grown men, you know what I'm saying? We can't shouldn't be on there arguing, going back and forth on the app like that.
That's definitely corny. But Joe, let's start us off, man. Tell us what was you born, what was you raised? Tell me when you started. First, how many brothers and sisters you got?
Oh man, I got one sister.
One sister?
One sister that I knew about, well, that I grew up with, my real sister. And we came from Cuba in 1980 in a Mario boat lift ride. My mother, my father, my sister, and me. But then later on in life, I found out that my father had a couple of kids out there in Cuba also.
Word?
Yeah, I got a brother that's older than me and a sister that's older than me.
Oh, wow.
And they still in Cuba. So he reached out for like recently to me. And we started kicking it and shit like that. You know, Spanish, of course, you know what I'm saying? But it's crazy. He looked just like my dad and shit.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah, so and my dad passed away and shit. So, you know what I'm saying? It's real
So how old was you when you came out here?
I was 5 years old.
5 years old?
Yeah, okay. I said that in that rhyme, you know what I'm saying? When I was 5, I arrived in America. But I went to Puerto Rico, really. You know what I'm saying? I went to Puerto Rico when I was 5 from Miami. We landed in Key West, just like the movie Scarface. We landed in Key West, and then from there, the yellow bus was green buses, really, Army buses. But it was like the school buses, same shit, the school buses, but it was green. And they took us to 95 underneath the highway and shit. They had the shelter there, the big the campsite there that was based just for us, for the Cubans that came out in 1980. And then after that, we lived in Miami for 6 months, but that was a cocaine cowboy era. Yeah. Shit was crazy with the drugs and the crime because criminals that came from Cuba also, them niggas wasn't. They got their freedom, so you understand when you get the criminal freedom, nigga, and it was like that type of shit. It was an adventure for them. They only did what they was known to do, and that's stick shit up, kill shit, rob shit, and it was on fire in Florida. So we left after 6 months to Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico, I stood there for 4 years, and then at 9 years old, I landed in the Bronx.
The Bronx. When you landed in the Bronx, what was that feeling? What was the vibe when you landed when you finally got to the Bronx?
It was crazy because this is only English, like, you know what I'm saying, a whole different language that we had to, deal with. A whole different climate because, New York, this should be cold as fuck too. Over there, we come from the Caribbean, so it's hot. It's the sun and even Puerto Rico, it was just that type of weather, all the time. So when we came out here, it was burnt down buildings. It was the break dancing, the graffiti on the wall, the hip hop, you know what I'm saying, and the crack era. The epidemic was really like just starting. So the drugs was crazy in the hood, in the Bronx over there, between 164th and 163rd and Sheridan Avenue in the Bronx. But it was dope. It was dope, man. It was an adventure.
My stepfather from the Bronx. My stepfather from the Bronx. His last name Ramos. He's Puerto Rican.
Okay.
And I got some cousins that are Cartagenas from the Bronx.
Okay.
So I got Cartagenas, I got Ramos in the Bronx. You know what I mean?
Okay. Cartagena is Joe's last name.
I know. He ain't related to my family.
Yo, nigga, come on, nigga.
He ain't related to me.
Cartagena is actually, well, that's how you say it in Spanish, Cartagena, but in English it's Cartagena. But Cartagena is a place in Colombia out there. You know what I'm saying? So it roots back to that, like also the Colombian sides of things. But that's not that he's
Cartagena.
Yeah. So are you Googling it?
No, I'm calling my cousin. My cousin, Maria, Sissy, Cartagena. She from Bronx.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but it's Spanish last name. It's South American. The roots of that. Cartagena. Mine's is Delgado. So.
Delgado, yeah, I see.
So, who'd you come over here with? Did you come over here with your family, or just
me, my mom's, my dad, and my sister? Us 4. And then we got a cousin too. He resides in Chicago. His name is Chago. He came through, but he didn't come through with us. But he came in the same movement. He was in a different boat. Like me, my sister, my father, and my mother. We came in a boat called the Orca. It's something like the Jaws movie, for real. I ain't even lying. Like the Jaws. Crazy. That's the name of the boat that we came in, Orca. It was like a fishing boat, big joint, big fishing boat. Held like good 60 to 70 people. But that shit had like 300 people when we came through because there was so many people that, wanted to get the chance at freedom. And there's so many boats that the boats was overfilled. You know what I'm saying? So the amount of people that was exiting at that time, you know, because that's when Jimmy Carter gave the rights to all the Cubans that wanted to get away from, you know, the Fidel regime, give them a chance to get some freedom in America. So a lot of Cubans took that chance, and we was one of the families. My father was actually locked up at the time. Yeah, my father was actually locked up at the time, and he opened up the jails as well, Fidel. Okay. You know what I'm saying, to get rid of all the criminals. At the same time he was letting up the regular people leave, he opened up all the jails to get all the resistance out of his country, you know, which is smart for evil motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So he let all that shit out. That's why he was able to rule so much, because, you know what I'm saying, he let all I guess you know, the resistance that he had that was a threat to him.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. One question. I ask all my guests this: when did you fall in love with hip hop, the true hip hop?
Oh man, it had to be when I was probably. I mean, I came here when I was 9. So by the time I was like 12 already, understanding everything besides just, you know, living the culture of hip hop, you know, in the block that I was in. Yeah. And the black folks, you know, taking me in and me hanging out with that culture alone, you know what I'm saying, the block, and doing you know, from the fashion, the Jordans back in the days, the bop and the diddy bop and the wearing the spikes, the breakdancing, as far as like the actual music, hip hop, the culture, I fell in love with it as soon as I got here. Probably like a year later. But as far as like the music side, like 12, 13, that's when I was bebop and, you know what I'm saying, the Fat Boys, you know what I'm saying, the beat streets, you know what I'm saying, the breakdancing also, that was a big thing. You know, the graffiti, trying to write like graffiti and all of that. Those elements already got engraved in me by the time I was like 12.
I'm gonna tell you something. Between Elizabeth, New Jersey, and Bronx, New York, that's what some of the icons come from. You know, DJ Cool V, Biz Markie lived in Elizabeth. They cousins, you know what I'm saying? And
they were big. Yeah, they were big. Those, come on, Biz Markie. Biz Markie was a gatekeeper that let out. Yeah, rest in peace. I got a chance to talk to my brother too before he passed away. Probably like a good 6 months, man. My man put him in a conversation with me on the phone and shit, and I got to talk to him. Wow. He gave me some jewels and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? He told me that he was always a fan and keep doing my thing. Wow. But he was one of those brothers that, I mean, I grew up watching, you know what I'm saying? From me and the Biz with Master Ace, from the Vapors with Big Daddy Kane, from, you know what I'm saying? And he was definitely one of those. G-Rap, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, G-Rap. I'm going to tell you some funny shit. When I was a kid, right? Since Elizabeth right next to Elizabeth, because Biz Markie lived in Elizabeth. So we used to have block parties. And we had our block parties, we'll have all of them there. Big Daddy Kane, Cool G-Rap. Just because Cool V and Biz Markie would bring them out there.
That's what's up.
All of them, they'd be at our block parties, bro. So we was indoctrinated in hip-hop at a young age because Cool V lived down the street from me. His family lived down the street from my family. Biz Markie lived with him. And we used to have to walk past Cool V house every day to go to school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they love Cool. I mean, Cool V was definitely the background. He was a big name in the background, but he was definitely, you know what I'm saying, putting his work in, man.
He put his work in, yeah. Definitely putting that work.
Yeah, but who was the first? Play this. Let's go. When did you meet Big Pun? How old was you when you met Pun?
Pun, seen him around town when I moved to 167 in Prospect, Louisville Projects, next to the ranch, really next to the ranch, which was a big project in the corner of my block. One big building that was, Section 8, but it was like a project building. One big project. It was like amazing. And then you got Forest Projects about 2 blocks away. We was in the middle, so we called it Little Villes because it's the little village in between the ranch and the Forest Projects. So Forest, you already know, DITC came out, Law Finesse, Diamond D, Showbiz AG, Fat Joe, you know what I'm saying? All those great MCs came out of there. And, that was at the time before even Law Finesse came out, like, you know what I'm saying, when I was playing just ball over there across the street from 158, The Hill. That's when I seen, Chris At the time, he was called Moondog, and he used to run fools with Moondog. Yeah, Moondog. Yeah, he had a jacket.
Right there, Moondog. Everybody got a Moondog in their hood.
Moondog.
He used to rep that, yo. You know what I'm saying? He had the winter jacket. You know what I'm saying, with the dog howling at the moon and all of that shit. So he was the Moondog. But you know, he was already doing his thing with the older cats. You know what I'm saying? At the time, he was serving them clients, you know what I'm saying, in the streets.
Yeah.
So, you know, he was already with the big dogs. I was still a young kid doing the skateboard shit, playing ball, you know what I'm saying, doing all that shit, living with moms and all of that. So I met that brother there playing ball one day, and it took us like a year later on when Triple Six brought him to my crib. And he threw rocks in my window, and then, you know what I'm saying, they came to get me. Because me and Triple Six was a little closer than me and Pun at the time. We from the same hood. Pun still lived around Soundview, you know, the Soundview area. Okay. But he came to our side to play ball, and he knew everybody from, you know what I'm saying, around my way. So he came to the crib. I mean, Stace brought him to my window one time. He was from Bronx. Told me to come downstairs. Yeah, I came downstairs. It was like 8:30 in the morning type shit, 9 in the morning. And when they got me downstairs, you know, I seen Pun with at the time he had the Carhartt suit, the overall. Yeah. I used to love them Carhartt, the pants, the Timbs, you know what I'm saying, the beige, the cream joints. And he was already like 250, bopping sideways like that. He couldn't stand still when he was standing up and shit. So I seen him like that. I was like, yo, they was telling me they got a new band, like a burner. They knew I loved the guns and shit. So they had a new 380, brand new, straight out the jacket. And we went to the roof and busted off. That's all, man. And from there, you know, after that, we went. Twin took us to his crib. You know, Pun at the time took us to his crib. He lived with his wife, and he only had one daughter, which was Star Amanda. And that day, you know, I stood in that nigga house for the whole week, man. We vibed off like that. We just fucked around with the Nintendo and playing the ball and then just conversating and making each other laugh, man. That was my brother from another mother from that day on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So y'all click right when y'all met. Y'all just click.
Yeah.
It was just natural.
It was just natural like that. It was just like the energy. You know what I'm saying? Like before, when I saw him playing ball and all that, and we gave each other love and shit like that. But I was like, you know, I was a young nigga. You know, they had the young nigga crew, and then they had the older nigga crew. He was with the older nigga crew, running fools with the older dudes. So, you know what I'm saying? We just met each other like that. But this time around, like, you know, we really got to get to know each other. I got to know him, you know, the family, him, and then, you know, Sace went home and shit. The next day he spent the night, but the next day he went home, and I stood there the whole fucking week because he wanted me to. So we just started you know, breaking night, fucking playing pool in his house and the Nintendo shit, and forget it. And he was like brothers from another mother after that.
Wow. That's what's up. So at the time it was just you, Big Pun, and Triple Six.
Yeah, and my man Lau at the time. Yeah, Lau? It was like that, and we wasn't even rapping. We were just chilling. Nah, we playing ball, really. Playing ball, and then me and him started.
He was stocky, but he wasn't fat back then. He was stocky.
He was like 230. It was 230, but 230. It was a little. He already had a little pregnant belly already.
Little weight. Yeah, he was getting.
Yeah, he was getting there. He already got his you know what I'm saying, his lawsuit too, because he had a lawsuit and then he fell off a building when he was a shorty, and it kicked in when he was 18 and shit at 20. Yeah, 18. So they gave him a little something. So, you know, he went splurging. He got married. You know what I'm saying? Taking that road trip back and forth to Miami and shit. He was eating in a fast food restaurants, and he gained his weight like that. So he was already like 250, between 250, 230. Still playing ball, still active though. We would go to the gym. We would go play ball every other day. Yeah. That was our thing, to be physically always, you know, in some physical sports shit. We was doing the boxing thing together. And Fort Apache, right there down the block by Southern Boulevard and 167th Street in the Bronx. So we did a lot of physical shit, go to the movies and shit, play everything. Handball out of nowhere. We didn't even like handball. We played every sports shit. and we used to be competitive. So we used to bet on shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we used to bet each other on shit. So we used to be just doing some shit like that. But we didn't get into the hip hop shit until later on in life. Like, I met him when I was 16, really. Met him when I was 16 and hung with him, like hard body. And then when I was like 18 is when, you know what I'm saying, we started doing the hip hop shit where it's like, I brought him to my block and you know, on my block, I was doing my hip hop, you know, spitting a little bit here and there on the block. and I brought him to my block, and in the corner building, we used to run ciphers. You know what I'm saying? Get the L's and shit, and get the motherfucking 40 ounces of either OE or private stock or the Say Nas at the time.
Say Nas.
You know what I'm saying? The nigga Sage used to bang on the building walls and in the doors, and he used to make the beat, and then we run a cipher. So you know what I'm saying? One time, this Pun was in there with me. Of course, I burned him to the block, and niggas was having that cipher. And I was already kind of used to the shit. And he was like, you know, like he was a homebody at the time, so he wasn't coming out except with me when he went out to places as far as like the movies, you know, playing ball and shit like that, and going to my block. So he used to come with me to the block, and then that day we just was in there, puffed a little bit of L's. I did. He wasn't even smoking like that.
Hold on, 1 second. Oh, Parcell, 1 second. Chris down. Let him keep talking. I'll be right back. I run upstairs.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so basically, you know what I'm saying? We just got in the cipher. So I did my little cipher thing. You know, with the brothers around the hood. Safe was there, Billy D, Buck 50. It's a lot of, you know what I'm saying, hood rappers, TUD, JQ. We just was go doing the cipher, and it got to him. So when it got to him, he spit a rhyme and shit. And I remember that time he had the rhyme on Brothers Ride to John. That was the name of his song that he did. I didn't even know. But you could tell how long ago it was, because Brothers Ride to John and shit.
Brothers Ride to John, the John. Yeah.
So you already know, it's like, you know what I'm saying?
It's a long time ago.
It's a long time ago. It's like, that's probably 90, 91, 92.
Wow.
So it's like that time, you know what I'm saying? And he still had that little old kind of flow to it, like Brothers Ride to John, you know, doing the my song, but then from that rhyme, you know what I'm saying? Like, I seen the potential, even though he was just saying that, he was kicking knowledge, but it's just the style he was in that style still. But then I don't know where he switched it up and said, nigga, the light bitch, the white bitch, fucking and get raped like a white bitch. The bump and the light bitch. And he was just fucking with the white bitch, that white bitch, and all this shit. And I was like, oh, yeah, nigga's going crazy. So that was his style that he was, you know, just fucking around with back in the days. But then from there, like me and him, you know, we became a group because he found out that I was spitting, and he was spitting, and we love hip hop like that. So everybody in the hood.
What was your name? What was your name? What was your first name when y'all first started?
Well, my name was Lyrical Assassin. Before that, my first name though was the fucking Phil Ski, because my name is Felix. So you already know back in the days with the skis and shit. Now it's coming back. I see another line.
Yeah, the skis.
Yeah. So back in the days it was Phil Ski.
I remember.
And then it was the Baron, and then bullshit. So the first joint we had, like as a team, because Sace he was rocking with a group around the way that they was more professional at the time, and they was in the verge of doing it more professional. We just coming at it like a hobby and shit. So Sace was spoken for. He was with Young and Ruthless, this crew that was from out there with TUD and JQ, which that was like an inspiration to the hood where we from. That was that nice. So he was spoken for. So me and him, we got together. We said, fuck Sace, that nigga, you know what I'm saying? Come on with us. You know what I'm saying? We was on it like that. But really, you know, out of love. Because, you know what I'm saying? We wanted him to be down with us. So the nigga, you know, he was over there. So we became Rough and Rugged, me and Pun.
Rough and Rugged.
I thought of the name, I thought of that name. It was regular shit, but Rough and Rugged, you know what I'm saying? We was definitely on some hard. We was Rough and Rugged, two-man team. You know what I'm saying? So we started doing a lot of joints together. You know, we was like a duo around the hood, but he didn't live around my hood. So, you know what I'm saying? I had to go get him whenever it was like a little battle around the way.
Right.
And you know how it go. Like niggas from the hood, they got their niggas right there. They always walking around just looking for battles. So that's how it was. But then later on, we started making a little noise. We started getting we got with my man Sick One. Sick One was from actually he was doing he was the hype man for Joe at the time. Yeah. His name was Tomb. You know, the forest niggas from around the way, you know, I started hanging out with them. They gave me nothing but love. And Sace, something happened with his group. So Sace came back to the group. I renamed the shit Full Eclipse. That's when Full Eclipse crew came out. And then, you know, that was me, Sace, and Pun at the time. And then the Sick One wanted to join. You know, so it was just that much of attention that we was drawing. when we became rough and rugged, that we started making so much noise, and the connections we had in the hood. Uncle B from LES, you know, that put us on, that bought us vests and jackets. The first investor, really. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to my. That was Uncle B right there. And we just started making noise to the point that, you know what I'm saying, of course, Joe found out about us through, his people, his terror squad crew from the street that was talking about us. And from the just rumors around the street that these Spanish boys is out there, you know what I'm saying? They kind of hot. They got this big fat one that's crazy. And that was Pun. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so we went into, and Pun was nuts like that. Like Pun, you know what I'm saying? After a while, he polished up that brother Rod the John, like flow was no more. It was like after that was cannibalism is living in, cannibalism is living in mama metabolism, giving them spasms and aneurysms, baby baptisms. You know what I'm saying? They started that shit.
Oh, okay.
And we was on some horrorcore. We was on some horrorcore shit because of the grave diggers with Wu-Tang and them niggas. Let me be a witness as I exercise my exorcism. The lyrics are within the terrorism. At that time, that horrorcore shit was crazy to us. We loved that shit. You know what I'm saying? So we started rhyming shit like that a little bit. We got Joe's attention, like I said, through the grapevine. And I introduced one time. I came to the block early with Pun. We were sitting in front of 166 right there, the grocery store, the bodega, where we used to always meet and run ciphers and chill with the TS niggas, the street niggas. Shout out to the whole street motherfuckers, man, from TS for real. My man GQ, Power, Giz, rest in peace. Semi, rest in peace. A lot of brothers that died over the years, but Al, Benny. It's just a lot of good brothers, man, from back then.
Let me ask you a question. I'm just curious. I know Big Pun used to get bread, but I'm just curious. I'm told that I'm gonna ask you a bunch of questions about this dude. But was this nigga really a gangster like that, getting money? Talking about the other nigga, that Joe nigga.
Joe at the time was moving solid.
Oh, he was.
He was moving solid. He had his brother Money Man was really nigga, he owned a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, he was getting money in that sense. Like, buildings with fucking lines around the corner.
Oh, okay.
Getting that bread like that. That's what it's called, Money Man. You know what I'm saying? So even Joe, that's when he first ventured into the hip hop world. So he was moving with that solid energy back then, man. Because the crew was always hardcore and stood firm.
I remember the Digger Their Crates crew, Fat Joe, right? And
that's people he grew up with, like Shoulders, AG, Digging in the Crates, all of them niggas they grew up with him.
Yeah, and he was talking about he used to be God body at the time. He was saying he was God body at the time.
He was everything, man. Joe was into everything. He was into everything back in the days. You know what I'm saying? But if you ask him, if you rolled with him, he would never claim nothing like, you know what I'm saying, as far as a crew, like Latin Kings, he won't say you like, I never heard him say that he was Latin King or he was God body, but he was like inside those things that he would learn the laws and shit like that. Like, he know enough Zulu Nation and shit, he'll know, but he won't be part of, you know what I'm saying? He won't be part of it.
Part of the whole thing.
No,
Joe, but he'll know about it.
When I met Joe when I was a kid, he told me he was God body. That's how I really knew.
He was back in the days. Maybe he was.
But I said, I'm gonna keep it real. I see a lot of people use back in the day. A lot of people they used to call themselves God body because it was a big thing.
It was a big thing.
When they get older, they switch. They eat pork again. They Christians and they Muslim. I was born into the nation.
But that nigga was eating pork. You know that nigga was eating. What do you think he was eating pork? That nigga was eating salami, bacon, and cheese. Nigga, you know that shit.
And all that.
That's why I don't think he ever was that because of that. You have to be really practicing it like that. Yeah. And Joe back then, they had no rules of, you know what I'm saying, of what he was eating. I think it was big, in fact. You know what I'm saying? So I doubt just because of that he was really a part of that, like 100% part of it. But he was always by himself, really. As far as like the TS crew that he repped from the street on up, he was always into that. So I didn't see him belonging to that now.
First, right? The TS crew was y'all. It was you, Pon, and Triple Six, and then I joined with Fat Joe. That was already TS.
Yeah. No, we like I said, when I introduced, and that's in front of the store, I got the chance to introduce. Cause I knew Joe already from him coming to the hood and playing softball and shit, and me hanging out with the real terror squad. Like I know him in that sense. Not like we buddies, but we know each other. Say what up, I say what up. So one day, you know what I'm saying? I told we got up early for the store, 166 and 10, and me and Pun was just there, chilling, waiting for the crew to come out. And Pun and Joe decides to, come through, parks the car, in front of the store, and he went inside, told me what's up and all that shit to us. He was just us two in front of the door. And then when he goes inside, nigga, Pun told me, yo, let that nigga know I'm gonna spiff something for him. And I was like, I got you. You know what I'm saying? So I went in there and I told the nigga Joe, I said, yo, my nigga, it's cool, my man, spit some verses for you. You know what I'm saying? He was like, cool, let me just get this Diet Coke. I'll be outside now. I'll be like, all right, cool. So when he came out, you know what I'm saying, I did the introduction, you know what I'm saying? My brother, Moon Dog right now, whatever. And then Pun spit that rhyme, you know what I'm saying? I'll blow this, the sun out the sky. I mean, I'll blow the moon out the sky and blow the sun away. Me and my brothers play hardball, strictly hardcore, lyrics to the finish, breaking God's laws. Jobs raw, but I gotta do it. Feeling hot and booted, but you might get shot and use a lot of fluid. Spot I blew it at an early age. Ever since the curly braids, I would earn a wage with the 30 gauge. It's 30 ways to get paid if you got the balls. Just load the Glock and cause the hardest cop to drop his drawers. Stop and pause, off his butt, and finish up with some body blows and uppercuts. Yeah, that was it. So he spit that shit on the South Bronx is the wrong place to visit in Joe's album. So that's how they got, you know what I'm saying, the whole thing got to be with each other. But he only wanted to rock with Pun. He didn't have interest in me or Triple Six. So the group was split up in that sense that, you know what I'm saying, like Pun would go dolo, on some Joe, through the Joe pipeline, as far as like, you know what I'm saying, he's going to take him on tour, you know what I'm saying, become his hype man and all that shit. And then when Pun get on, he could put us on. That was the deal. So, Pun, we wasn't just Pun's fucking, co-workers and shit. We wasn't just his teammates and hip-hop. We was his friends. So that's what Joe didn't understand is like he expected Pun to just be with him and keep that relationship with that. But Pun included us and everything. So, you know what I'm saying? That's why you heard us on off the books. That's what we snuck in. It's like we snuck in when we did it. Pun did that shit deliberately to let Joe know that we got skills too. So so you know what I'm saying, that's how we became as far as like we had to show ourselves, we had to pay our dues to let the world know that we nice, we deserve a shot, and we want to rock with TS with Joe and them because he took my brother. That's how we loyalty was the loyalty we had was. You know what I'm saying? He put my brother on, and I seen him work. They worked together. We all worked together, but he did his job to let my brother get on. And Pun did his job as an MC to represent whatever he got on. So that was a beautiful, marriage. But the business side is different now. Different side.
Yeah.
Later on you can find out Joe was taking 50% from my brother. So that's crazy. So that wasn't even unheard of later on when we found out what were the percentages and stuff like that. And but mainly we was rocking with because of loyalty of you know what I'm saying of the unity we had, of how we started, of he believed in us. Sort of, even us, because he didn't really believe in us. Pun made him believe in us, and then when we made him, but when we got to that field where we showed off that you should believe in us, that's when already the companies was like really looking at us. You know what I'm saying, to be making deals. So that's when he became sort of friendly with us. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me ask you a question. So when did you meet Remy Ma? How old was y'all when y'all met?
Remy came out left field later on in life. She came out of left field because it was so much things happening. I mean, to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was working on my album. Pun was still, working on Yeah Baby. Joe was working on his stuff. Terror Squad was working on it. So everybody was like fucking everywhere with it. You know what I'm saying? And my album still didn't come out yet. So remember, before that, I was in everybody's album. Like the whole Capital Punishment, I was there helping out. I was there for the Don Cartagena album, all there helping out. And then when it came to my shit, it was like, they threw the Terror Squad album in there. So now I got to compete against my niggas. Like, I expect motherfuckers to come to my shit, help me out. Now I still got to go over there, lay down some fucking songs over there, go back to my shit, finish up my album, and just, be on the ground like that. And then Remy came in, you know what I'm saying, through Pun already. Like, he met her. I think Sunkus introduced her to Pun. And then one day I was in the house and I seen this chick. Then she was just there with the big bamboo earrings and hood style. Pretty beautiful. Always been beautiful. And
yeah.
And Pun told me, yo, this is Remy Ma, and her real name was Reminisce, so that's why her name was Remy. So it was dope. So she was authentic with that. I'm a nigga with names. I love that shit. Authentic with the names like that. So then she spit the air bubbles in your sneakers around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That she kicked in Pun's album, and she had it. Hardcore shit. She belonged, you know what I'm saying, with the Terror Squad at the time, and I loved her on the fact that, you know what I'm saying, my nigga found her, and I knew he had a secret weapon there with her. So she came in through there. But later on, like she didn't grow up with us or nothing like that. Pun just found her, and it was more business than really, you know what I'm saying, like beyond that. But they had a special relationship. They had, Remy had love for her.
Yeah, I heard Big Pun. You and Remy was sleeping in Big Pun house at one time.
We all slept in that shit. The Pun's house was the fun house. That shit was where the fucking animals was at. They
hang out.
It was everything. It was everything. And it was like, it was the clubhouse. You know what I'm saying? It was the clubhouse for many years. Well, with me, it started way back, like I told y'all, since I was 16. Later on, he just started inviting everybody, and that shit was like a traffic in and out. Motherfuckers that we didn't even know. I was like, you know what I'm saying? Because I was taking care of business also. I had my house with my family. That I was married with my son and my wife at the time, and I had my situation that I was doing, and it was my time for my album. Like I said, I was really like nervous too, because it was like my first time. I'm a team player. I never had a solo album, and you know what I'm saying. So I was expecting, like I said, my brother to be there and help me through this whole shit, and which he did. You know what I'm saying? He did what he could, because he was working on Yeah Baby too. It was a lot of projects getting moved on top of my shit. So it's like, I was in limbo, but yet I was working on all them projects together. You know what I'm saying? That's when I did We Don't Care with Pun, and I was still working on my project. I was still doing the Terror Squad album. That came out before my project. That kind of messed up things, because the anticipation for my project was really after Pun, Joe, and then it was supposed to be me. You know what I'm saying? In the timeline order, the way the dues was paid.
Right.
Because my name was hot, you know what I'm saying, when I did Off the Books. And then, you know what I'm saying? And then Glamour Life.
You were
Glamour Life, yeah.
Then the Glamour Life and Triz with
the best lyricists in that group to me, though.
Thank you.
By far.
Thank you. I mean, we take the crap. We come from that school, man. We write everything. We come with every idea. It's a creative part of everything was us. You know what I'm saying? And not to even say anything or take away, but I have to say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, even with Joe's creativity and how he changed his style, it was puns. It was a lot of Pun influential, things that he did. The influence of Pun and myself behind the background. I never took credit to the point of being in Front Street and saying, "Oh, I did that." But I did a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's time, people hear that shit, because the dues and the merits that come with that never got passed on to me. So it got like, other people took the credit for that and took the favors for that. Like the, you know what I'm saying, the Senorita song that Puff Daddy did, I wrote that hook, you know what I'm saying? And then Joe took that favor and he did a song with Puff Daddy, which was the first single for Don Cartagena. I didn't know that at the time. So my favors was getting cashed in by Joe. You know what I'm saying? Something that I should have had, you know what I'm saying, as him being my manager, you know what I'm saying, at the time, me giving him 20% and also being in his label, he should have put that in my credit. So later on I could get.
You pretty much paying this nigga down at 50% because he was your manager. And
I wasn't giving him 50%. I was punting. I was giving him 20% because he was my manager, but then he was also the label Terror Squad. When any songs under Terror Squad was him 100%. So he'll get the checks. They gave him a $10 million deal when they gave me my deal through Atlantic. So it was a joint deal that he got when he offered me to Atlantic. That's why I went to Atlantic. They gave me a $1.4 million budget deal, which I only saw 50,000, as signing bonus on that, because he cut the check. So you know what I'm saying, later on I found out it's supposed to be more than that, but he gave me 50 G's and he gave me NSX, you know what I'm saying, which was a beautiful present, but it was a kind of hoopty, later on. It had a problem you can't fix. So at the end of that, I came out to find out that later. But like I said, at the time, it was nothing but appreciated. We coming from the hood to this music industry. We didn't know too many rules, and we saw Joe's attachment with Pun, what he did for Pun, as far as how he made way for Pun, and he definitely made us a believer that he can make things happen, and he had the power to. And it was a beautiful team between that time with all of us. Me playing the third string in the background, even though I did play a part, and I made Joe look good in a lot of times that he doesn't say it, but what I'm saying, it was the truth. That's why that part of that empire of Terror Squad. I'm definitely one of the architects that helped build that. Even though I'm not part of them no more.
Yeah. Let me ask you, say this: the nigga Tony Sunshine, the singer nigga.
Yeah.
I called him. He was on somebody's interview, something, talking real slick about you, like he was a gangster, but he's a singer.
Yeah, I mean, he's far from a gangster. We all know that. And those that know that he's just doing it because there's a camera in his face. Certain people that just act like they act the part because they think they have to act a certain way to fit in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they're like just deep throating other niggas' cocks. And that's basically it. Fellatio, right? Yeah. So they're like doing that for that reason, to fit in and to show their loyalty, I guess, to certain people. But this is the same dude that I got cut in my stomach for, that I protected back in the days. Well, yeah, I got stabbed in the days, protecting just me protecting him. You know what I'm saying? Before the hip hop game, this is the little nigga that came through me. You know what I'm saying? That I showed love to. You know what I'm saying? He only got 2 years under me, so he was 16, I was 18. He started some shit, and I protected him. And bottom line, you know what I'm saying? Those are kind of acts that should be saluted and also remembered for life. You know what I'm saying?
Life.
That was something. I didn't do it with no intention of you owe me anything. It was a friendship. That's how much love I got for you. And and it's another example. Niggas that I shared after that, I forgave him for all the shit that happened, and let the crew at the time, which was Joe didn't really was thinking of getting this nigga and putting him down. Pun wanted to beat him up because I got stabbed and shit, protecting him. The other niggas, Sick one wanted to beat him up. I'm the one who stopped them from beating him up and to reintroduce them back into the crew so he could get that love, because he did have talent. In my mind, I love the way he sang. I love this talent, and he was part of us, and they just had him misconstrued in my mind. As far as my nigga, he didn't, I'm sure y'all would have did that for me. That's how my mind was. Niggas, crew stick together. Crew stick together. And I never did that in his face or nothing, But later on, when time and situations, real situations show you who's people, who they really are, where it's like, now it's your time to repay. And not time to repay because I'm asking you, your fucking honor and your integrity should do that for you. So,
you want to do that.
Right. So, he chose to be in the opposite side of the end. He chose whether it was the money, the fame, the fear, whatever it was, that he chose the other side and then started talking shit about me is the thing. Like, you could join something and just do you and be like, okay, I have to do this because this is the only way I can do it. Or he might feel that way. But to be talking and shit about the nigga that saved your motherfucking ass and protected you, and know he's a real nigga that bled for you, that stood there every time, and many times I protected him. That wasn't just that time. And just to be a big brother, like a nigga that was always your big brother to you, that wanted nothing but good for you. You go into the other side, and now you downplay him, you talk shit about him, you make up lies about him, and that's crazy. That's worse than a Judas. That's Judas in full flesh. Right. So that's all I have to say about him.
Somebody asked me a question. They're like, "Yo, ask Cuba what happened at Rochester with the drug dealer girl situation. Did he knock out the nigga out in front of his girl? Did he knock the nigga out in front of the girl?"
Are you talking about
Rochester?
Not Rochester. That's Connecticut. That's Bridgeport. Bridgeport, you mean?
Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Yeah, Bridgeport. You talking about the Terminator shit? The Terminator situation?
Yeah.
Terminator shit. Nah, that was. I mean, I explained it. I did a whole blog because some niggas was out there. They decided. I don't even know why the fuck they decided to put that story on. That's the story that Joe and them niggas ran. That's the story that them niggas went through the back door with my gun that I brought. The other nigga took my gun because I let him, go you know, the nigga Raul, he took the gun because I gave it to him so he could get it inside the club. And, you know, he decided to take my gun. And when shit popped off, nigga Joe ran through the back. It was already in Jimmy's by the time we fucking even got out the club that day. So, and then, you know, Tony Sunshine was under the sink talking about, you know, cuando llegará el día de ayuda.
He was singing under that.
Yeah, that nigga he was begging. So the way they told the story, it was pure lies. You understand? It was pure lies.
What they say? How they tell the story? Because I didn't hear the story.
Shit, my nigga, you want me to go in there? I mean, if you could go check, if you check that shit out, you're gonna check it out. It was on Pun's anniversary, death anniversary. They decided to tell stories and shit. So they started telling the story about that day in Bridgeport. That you know, we went over there and then they tried to make it seem like I'm the one who started this shit because I wanted to fuck the nigga girl. And it was not, it was the furthest thing from the truth. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I had to re-explain the story. So I did a blog also. If you go to the blog, you're gonna see it. And I told the truth on it, 100% true, because I ain't got nothing to lie about it. And that's the thing about me. The more I say the truth, the more niggas be acting like I'm lying. It's like, what the fuck? How many devils did the devil really run in this fucking world today, huh? And and just I'm good because I know it's the truth. And they souls, they know it's the truth. So that's why there was no answers back. And they're gonna keep on lying. I mean, you already know when the demon got something against you, boy, you know, them lies get bigger and bigger. They don't want to be converted to angels. They don't want to ever be converted to the good guys. So, you know what I'm saying? They're going to keep on. All they have to do is submit to the truth, man. Because I'm not saying that story. That was definitely one of the situation. Oh, the reasons why I got mad at Joe and me and Joe's situation got bumpy because he left us there. He left us there. Okay. And then he tried to make it seem like it was my fault niggas got hurt. So he let our team, he tried to tell our team that shit, which got shit, you know, rocky because it's like, wow. You know what I'm saying? I'm working against the tide here. It's just like, this is his crew. You know what I'm saying? His crew loved me because they know everything I did was from the heart and it was real shit.
Real. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's the one trying to turn his crew against me. I guess he was jealous because his crew was like, I guess, giving me that attention and love.
They loved you.
Yeah, so it was like, maybe it was that, you know?
Somebody said that Joe get beat up by Sunkiss.
Nah, not that I know about.
All right. Not
that I know about. I heard a story, but I don't want to keep repeating the story. I think but I heard a story. That they fought afterwards. They fought afterwards.
You what you working on now?
I'm working on my shit, man. I got a new import, a new win, man. You know what I'm saying? But right now my energy is definitely on making music. I'm working on the music.
Why the long break? Why you took such a long break, man? I was just wondering why you was so.
Well, it wasn't a break. It wasn't really a break. I was working. If you go to YouTube and you see my body of work, I never really took a long break. It was there. It was always there, but it was just like it wasn't organized to get it out there to the people. You know what I'm saying? It was really buried under shit. It wasn't really like, you know what I'm saying? No money behind it to be to you know the right way to make that type of noise to be out there. So that's the difference now. You know what I'm saying? The organization is definitely a better. I mean, I got some songs in there. Y'all be like, yo, this nigga got over 100, 200 songs at YouTube. And y'all niggas never heard it. So, you know what I'm saying? It was not, I took a break, but I wasn't really 100% on it the way I should have been and as organized as I should have been and as determined as I should have been. And you know what I'm saying? That's because just life, me just being me, who I was and who I am and handling so many stuff and just dealing with life. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I feel like writing a rhyme. Sometimes I didn't. And then, you know, you're dealing with certain people that don't take the craft as serious as you do. So the material doesn't come out as spotless as you want it to be or as the way you want it as a musician. And then it's like, it takes you, you know, it brings you down because the team is not right. And it's just a lot of shit, man. A lot of excuses that I don't like using. But I always put that work in. I always been out there working and putting songs out. And now it's just a different Cuban link where, like I said, the passion is deep.
I can hear it.
The passion is.
You still cool, Pistol Pete?
I'm not cool with anybody that's not cool with me, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Pistol Pete showed me that he chose sides. You know what I'm saying? Which is, and it's not about me making niggas choose sides. It's that they choose sides on their own. And I feel the way, you know what I'm saying, the way I feel, because I'm a real one like that. And it happened. It's not nothing that I'm making up or I'm trying to do for publicity stunt. or I'm trying to just do it every time because, I want to gain something from it. No, it's some questions that I need to be answered as a real nigga. It's some shit that's been done that can be pardoned just by niggas letting it go because it's music. It's something that blood's been, spilled, and that blood needs some answers. You know what I'm saying? Some answers and some real attention from the right guy. So, you know what I'm saying? Instead of putting other people in front of his situation, which he has done for over the years, and really, even try to get a real situation where we could holler at each other on some men shit, he'd rather do other shit because he doesn't think as much as me as he should do that to me because it's like his ego or his pride is taking over. Or he knows that you don't want to just, face the truth, basically. So he'd rather, gas other people up with lies and start, shit on my character and assassinate my character so that the people won't believe me. And that's how it's been going. But, once you find that out, and it took me a process to find that out, you know what I'm saying, for all the hate that he has, it's really love, for all the, shit talking he does about me, negative talks about, the more he's scared of the gifts that God gave me. So once you start putting things like that, I understand. And it's more of him bigging me up than really tearing me down. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it like that. Because after all these years for you to keep saying lies, and the truth takes sometimes years to come out, like fully.
Right.
And I seen the truth crack a million times. Maybe y'all don't, because the money and the fame and all that shit blinds a lot of people. But I seen it. You know what I'm saying? If you make a timeline from YouTube or whatever, all the situations and interviews and whatever's that y'all niggas could find in this thing, y'all could see the whole story in the right light. You know what I'm saying?
But my Big Pun. So I seen an interview with first somebody asked you, is you and Big Pun, Lil Pun cool?
Of course. Yeah. I mean, that's my nephew, but I can say I probably answered it in a way where it's business. Because the business side is different. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as business, not for me. Yeah. But I seen it from him and from them, and it's understood. Because Lil Pun came in the game. I mean, from the beginning. Even after Pun passed, when he was down with 3 down, I was part of the team that was helping him, writing and just being around and stuff like that. Made him part of my album in 2005. Tried to get him a deal, 2005 $1 million deal with Disney and all that. So I tried to do everything I could, and it's never going to be a business side to me and them, in my heart.
Yeah.
But I seen that after time. I seen that it is that type of scenario with them and me. And when I say them, I'm talking about Liza. I'm talking about, even Baby Pun himself, that he wanted always to stay away from the Terror Squad symbol and that darkness of it. He wanted to also stay away from even his father's shadow. He wants to, wanted to make his own appearance and get him his notoriety to be his, self, who he is. He wants to get who he is out instead of that comparison to his father and being just, he made it just because he was Pun's son. So and he been did that. But in the process of him going through those channels, not even disrespecting Joe ever, like, deliberately and saying anything bad about him, he tried that. Me, I was the opposite. I was going straight at Joe, saying what I felt, saying the truth. And they know it's the truth, what I say. Even they know it's the truth. Even though they never kind of back me up with it, you know what I'm saying, on the screen. But I know I was in a dolo mission with that, and I didn't want nobody to back me up because I know that at the end of the day, this is me. This is what I do. And I'm saying the truth. So I'm sure that the reason we didn't get enough songs and to this day, as far as me and Baby Chris, is because of the way I'm treated in the business as a black sheep. The way I approach, maybe he's a little nervous of, damn, I'm going to still tackle that Fat Joe situation, Terror Squad situation in my own way, which is negative. You don't want to be part of that. I understood all of that, but I asked myself, I know what I did, and I have no regrets because that's my mission, my journey. That's what I'm supposed to have done. You know what I'm saying? I truly believe that, and I stood up when I for me and others. Yeah. Even though others didn't back me up in my shit, in my journey, I know I did. I'm good with that. I'm 100% with that. But he didn't do it. he did it where he wants to just make it on his own. Don't get attacked. Don't drag that shit, that past behind him with him when it comes to music. Be his own artist. Just keep it on a positive note. He tried that, and he still got the horns from the devil. You know what I'm saying? Where when I say that, I mean Joe's still not going to let him get that deal. You understand? He's still going to be that. He's attached to Liza, his wife. His wife has a certain kind of beef with him. They're against Joe, so he's still going to have that energy that he puts out. So people that are attached to Joe or are in, with a relationship with Joe, they're not going to give him a second look or try to give him a helping hand or a deal like he deserves. You know what I'm saying? So he tried it his way and all that. And I still applaud him. I still applaud him because they said a lot of things that he could have said, he could have responded to. And I'm sure, in his heart, he knows. Because, Joe could always say that, well, they were little when the plan was going on, but they don't know nothing about his father. That's disrespectful in itself. How you going to tell somebody's son and daughters that they don't know their father, that they've been told a lie? When they saw that shit face to face, they saw things. So that's disrespectful just for Joe even putting himself in that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being a part of the glue, he's being a part of the separation. And that's what devils do. They do the division instead of united,
Yeah, and I know I was also seeing an interview, right, when Joe said he tried to get little baby Pun to come do the show with him with the terrorist.
He said no. He said no, like he's supposed to say no.
Yep.
No, nigga, no, nigga, you the devil, motherfucker. Bottom line, regardless.
That was stand up. That was stand up.
Very stand up. He's a stand up young man. He's a very stand up. They all are. And the problem is that they've been looked at the one that just like me, like the bad guys. Yeah. Like they're the ones that are going, just because they have a different way of doing things, that they don't have to be joined with Joe. They don't have to be part of Joe to become who they want to become. He's trying to make it forced, like it has to be through him. If not, they don't get the shine. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to be still down with them for me to get an album out. Get the fuck out of here. You crazy? Damn. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I already did my, we had a relationship. We went through what we went through. We don't rock, my nigga. I don't trust you. I don't believe you. I think you're a liar. I think you're a swindler, a thief. Why would I want to put myself in a situation like that with you again? I'm willing to leave it go behind, but I could do my own thing. I love my music on my own. You have nothing to do with my love for my music. So it's no way that you're gonna force me to go through your channel because what, you're Spanish or whatever. I don't give a fuck, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have to be part of you. I don't have to be part of you. We was part of each other before. It didn't work out. And that's it, man. I'm willing to take it like that. But the way they make it seem to the actual world and to the industry is that since you don't like it, we ain't gonna like it. Joe got to prove it. Joe got to prove nothing, nigga. Get the fuck out of here with that. Y'all niggas is caught up with that. And I do my music because I love it. And I'm sure Chris, does his music because he loves it. And that little man right there deserves a chance. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even talking to myself. I'm going to make myself happen. I'm going to make my path happen. But as far as Chris, you know what I'm saying, the son of a king that he is, and you know what I'm saying, and what he's done in the hip-hop, and even a shout out to Style and Lots for, being there for him too, and those that supported him. But at the same time, it's like, they see what's going on. They see what's going on. And not to say something, but sometimes, people be overseas and they see, and, the truth is more appreciated to me than any lie or any consolation of you just being there to try to help me to a limit. It should be limitless the way, you know what I'm saying? People should help each other here, especially, when it comes to Punch Son. And you know what I'm saying? And that's when the real love is shown, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But not saying that Chris is looking for a deal with any major deals, but I'm sure that, you know what I'm saying, if any major deal people out there, CEOs and niggas that are about that money, they see money in that kid. And he has talent and he's dope and he has his own lane. And you got to wonder yourself why nobody reached out with those type of labels reached out and really try to give him that chance that he deserves. So I know why. I mean, they're going to always throw that dirt on it and say that I'm hating. I'm the one that, but I know why. You got to know why. You know what I'm saying? No, Joe has a part to play in it. You know that. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. So it's just like, some of us got different journeys and at the end of our journeys or hopefully in the beginning real fucking journeys. Y'all understand what it is, and know that these gatekeepers are not really there to help nobody.
Right.
These gatekeepers are there to lock the doors and keep them locked. You know what I'm saying? Unless you comfort or you go through that door that Nori been talking about. You know what I'm saying? And Nori, look at Nori. Nori been also, you know what I'm saying, a person that always wanted peace and get reunite the terror squad since back then I can remember. Even though I wasn't in that type of energy back then, but he was always screaming out, let's get the terror squad together. Let's get this. And now he's on Drink Champs, and I guess Joe owns part of Drink Champs, so he doesn't longer bring my name out with that love that he used to. Now he's in there looking like I'm the bad guy, the little demons inside, and that's just the way it goes when
Crazy.
Let me ask you a question. Now the situation.
Shout out to EFN too, man, and Nori, man. Keep doing your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm the real drink champ.
Don't be watching me, man. Don't be watching me. I'm too controversial. I talk shit about boy Fat Joe, man.
No, but it's not even, it's personal. When I touch something, it's personal. Just like that paperwork.
I talk shit about him.
I know you do. I know you do. But even that paperwork, you see that paperwork that happened. Like I said, Star was the first one who put it out.
My bro. That's my
Star was the first one who put it out. You know what I'm saying? He put it out. But then I ended up putting it in my pages, try to find out if it's real or not. And they all said that I'm the one who put the shit out. I'm the one who put the paperwork. I'm like, and that's crazy. It's like the world, they love when it's that type of controversy. But
they love it.
I'm gonna tell you some real shit. Like I told everybody else. Macho was my roommate in the federal halfway house. Macho was Joe's business partner in the sneaker store.
I know.
They both got locked up for the same charge.
That's when he did the federal time, right? That something about taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know, but I knew later on.
It was embezzle the money. Macho got 3 years. Joe got 6 months.
Yeah. I mean, that's something that look, when it comes to Macho,
I seen the paperwork.
I knew Macho since I was fucking 15, 14.
Macho from Jersey.
He used to work. Well, he moved later on to Jersey, but Macho was a guy that used to work in Jew Man's store. Jew Man in the Bronx was like a store where, you had the flavor kicks, you know what I'm saying? He was always into the fashion industry. He used to be with the Jew guys. The reason it was called Jew Man's because it was Jews behind the stores, little stores that was there doing a lot of bootleg shit. But it was around the hood. It was like the fake first, you know what I'm saying? What was the boots? On the north, what was the boots? I forgot. Anyway, not the Timbs, but the other boots. I forgot. They made replicas. Nah. Way before that. Way back in the days. Remember the 2040? Nah, way before them. The other boots. The other boots that was dope. With it looked. Yeah, but it was the name of them. Gore-Tex? No, was it?
Gore-Tex.
Yeah, the Gore-Tex boots. I think it was the Gore-Tex boots. But the first joints, they made replicas of them shits and they killed the hood. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, Mach was around with that. And always been cool with Mach. Mach actually has to do a lot. He knows a lot. To the situation. Vasquez and all them niggas. Yeah, all that shit. All them boots. Yeah, Macho and me I got a gripe with Macho because, when it's a situation in Florida, when I confronted Joe again, like, you know what I'm saying, Macho was in the other side and he tried to act a little something. You know what I'm saying? When I know Macho not even built like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And he tried to go against me on some more just, showing himself, I guess, loyalty to Joe. You know what I'm saying? So he showed his true colors to me. So I got a gripe with Macho with that. To me, he's fake. Now in that situation where you're talking about, I don't know. I'm sure Joe has that type of snakish qualities to him when it comes to either me or him, me or you, and we're caught up in a situation. He's definitely going to try to, get out of all the troubles that he could by any way necessary. And I don't put it over nobody, over him that he tried to definitely finesse Macho to or tricked him because he should have had probably the same lawyers because that's love. That's supposed to be love. Macho was his man. There's a nigga wiping his sweat off his head when he did shows. This is Macho. Later on in life, supposed to be his twin. You know what I'm saying? He's tween, looking like you know what I'm saying? Like fucking the Aryan brothers back in the days, bald headed niggas. And yeah, but that's about Macho, and he got something to answer. To me, he gonna have to answer one question to me when he made Macho Entertainment right after Pun Pass, and then out of nowhere, you know, Tony Sunshine and Remy Martin went underneath Macho Entertainment after Pun Pass. That's what he has to answer to me. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to Macho, that's how I feel about him. But as far as like what you're telling me about him, I don't doubt it that he showed you some real paperwork. So tell me what paper? I didn't want you to take it. I don't want to take that whole shit. I just wanted you to background me and Macho.
But the paperwork was showed. The paperwork they showed me was paperwork that Joe testified against him.
Oh, okay. You read it?
I read it. We was in the room together. He was showing me. He outlined all the shit for me, everything.
Wow.
And Joe did say something about it. He pretty much put the way the Macho said it wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? Basically, and him and Macho was the only one business partners.
But he was pointing the finger at Macho?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's karma for niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's karma for niggas. Macho decided to deal with Joe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I said, that crossroad at that time was a crossroad for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Stand up for the truth or keep on with the lies. And most motherfuckers they kept on with the lies. And you know what I'm saying? They followed that supposed to be could make you a famous guy type nigga. That was Joe. They followed that because you know they believed in him, I guess, for his power to, you know, come through with certain things. And the thing I gotta love about Joe is that he knows how to sell that dream. He knows how to sell that dream. When he sell that dreams to people that I know failed me to be friends and be real niggas, and when he actually does that to them niggas, I feel like, yo, this nigga, I gotta applaud him. Because that's karma for them niggas that was sucking that dick that thought they was gonna get that shine and they didn't. You know what I'm saying? Because he cut that motherfucking umbilical cord real quick. So I respect that about that. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
You know?
Yeah. But yo, not just that Macho thing though. What happened? I'm just curious. The fight in the club they keep talking about when you had got cut.
That was crazy.
People keep talking about that. I never got your side. I want to hear from you. I don't want to hear from other sources. People talking on that wasn't there.
You still didn't hear that story? You still didn't hear that story?
I didn't hear from you. I'm talking to you, man. I don't care.
You want to hear it from me?
I want to hear from you, bro.
Well, that's basically what it was, man. Exactly what I said all these years. I said it in a thousand interviews. I mean, that was just a situation where it was the Angie Martinez album release party. We was friends at the time. You know, that whole shit was funny that day because I came in with my crew. That was right after we already, you know, we signed off with I was leaving Terror Squad. Joe didn't want me there. So we decided to, you know, I decided to leave on that note. And, you know what I'm saying? And it's like a week before that we you know, I was supposed to part ways with them. You know, because Joe didn't, bottom line, he told me he didn't want me. You know what I'm saying? He told me I was whacking all that shit. So I was like, all right, cool. Then I could do bad by myself, man. And we ended up, you know, signing whatever, the releases and the going. The next week was a party. It was Angie's release, Angie Martinez album release party at Jimmy's Bronx Cafe. I went there with like 20 niggas. They didn't want to let the 20 niggas in. This is a place where I've been many times and they let me in with all my people. That time they didn't want to let me, whatever. So I only got in with like 2 people, which me and this other cat that was there. I don't want to keep saying his name because, you know, he asked me not to say his name and shit like that. So I respect it. You know what I'm saying? Regardless that the truth is the truth. But I came with that cat and you know, we was in there showing love, whatever. It was a funny vibe with Joe and them niggas. You know, I didn't see Joe at the time yet. When I first walked in, everything was good. Angie was there. Then Angie started doing her little set for her new album. Joe was in there, did a song with her that he did an album with her. He got on stage. She called me on stage to do the same, the Jimmy's live song that I did with him.
Yeah.
Me and my man. So we got on stage right when he finished his song. He walked right past me. He didn't want to give me, like, acknowledge me or whatever. He was with Macho, actually. Macho had a little like lost bird face and expression in his face, like looking up, like he didn't want to look at me, and I'm like, so I smacked Joe in the ass while he's walking by. I was like, "What's up, nigga?" And I smacked Macho in the ass. Macho was like, looking upstairs, like he don't know shit, some lost shit. I felt that was strange, but I got on the set, me and my other man, and we did live at Jimmy's. After that shit, we rocked the crowd. Angie gave us love. We go back to the VIP session, and I still don't see Joe or whatever. I'm over there having a good time and shit, dancing and shit, just enjoying the vibe. I see other Terror Squad niggas, they gave me love, whatever. Yeah. And everything was cool. And then my man had a little face in his, expression. I go to him and then say, "Yo, what's up, my nigga? What's going on? You good?" And nigga, Joe keep looking at me and shit. And I don't even see Joe, but niggas I guess he's looking. I let it go. Told him, "Yo, chill, relax." Saying niggas probably mad about the situation that I'm here, maybe whatever, because we splitting ways, whatever. Feels a certain way. Let it go. 20 minutes later, I see my man with the same expression. I go to him again. "Yo, my nigga, what's up, man? What's going on? You still looking like you?" Because he looking like extra. Like if you looking at him, it's beef. So now I go to him and I'll be like, "Yo, my nigga, what's up? What's going on?" Now, when I'm talking to him, this nigga Joe steps up in the middle of us. And I'm like, now looking at these niggas, they looking at each other back and forth, like right there, eye to eye. And I'm like, "Yo, chill, y'all. It's mad people here. It's mad niggas. What the fuck y'all doing? Stop the bullshit. Blah, blah, blah." Nigga Joe snuffs him. Bah. Joe, he goes over the railing. He's knocked out. I'm looking at him like, shit.
Like, damn.
Like, god damn, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to swing at Joe because that's one-on-one, first of all. And Joe was my man at the time. So it's like, imagine me swinging at this nigga. So, it wasn't like that separation of the music. You know what I'm saying? I come from a different cloth with them. Yeah. So when I look down and I look up, I'm starting looking like, turning my head, this nigga coming with a punch at me. So he stuffs me. So when he stuffed me, I go down for like fucking 2 seconds. I'm like, motherfucker. I get back up in 2 seconds and I rock him with the 2-3 piece, bow, 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 bow. He's wobbling backwards. Niggas is now like getting in between because I'm trying to get him. Once I come up and I hit him, he's wobbling backwards, but I'm trying to get on him now because it's like, my mind is already like, this nigga crossed the line, whatever. Whoever. So now they holding me back. Guards, like 3-4 fucking bouncers holding me. The other guards are trying to hold him up over there like this. You know what I'm saying? And that's when while they holding me, another nigga from the back, decides to get cute with the pencil in the back and draw on my face. I didn't feel none of that. Because I was looking at the target, which was Joe at the time. Yeah. And then immediately after that, like I get cut, niggas like the bouncers start pushing me out, like. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm in Jimmy's, nigga. This is like my second home. So they just pushing me like with their bodies, like. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck y'all niggas doing? Blah, blah, blah. They push me all the way to the back of the door, to the exit shit. They open the door and they just push me out of this shit. And I'm like, oh shit, outside. I didn't even know I was cut. And I looked at my shirt and shit, I had a white tee. I see my shit had blood with blood on my Terror Squad chain. And that's when I knew I was cut. You know what I'm saying? And I just, I kneeled down on my knees right there in front of Jimmy's and I said a prayer. I asked God to forgive me for what I'm about to do. Yeah. And it got that serious. And as soon as I opened my eyes back from that prayer, that's when Remy came with the red Mercedes. And she pulled up right next to me. And she said, "Yo, what happened? What happened?" I was like, "Nah, I guess I got cut." She said, "Oh, shit." She took me to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? So she took me right there to the hospital. Mount Eden, I did the hospital, Bronx, Lebanon. And the cops right there, the doctor sewing me up. The cops asking me, "I know what happened. I know what you did. I know you know who did that to you, right?" I was like, "I don't know. It was dog." And it was like, "Yeah, you gonna tell me what?" Like it was a lady cop and a dude cop, black, and they was trying to get my statement, and I didn't give them no statement. You know what I'm saying? I just kept it, held it in, and got stitched up. Went home, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And after that, it was a lot of militant thoughts. You have to regroup and you think, because that's a separation. Now you got the spies that he's gonna send. You got the niggas that are, you know what I'm saying? So all of that shit was crazy like that, where it was so meshed in together, you don't know who to trust. And those you gave trust, then later on they turned into fucking baloney smokers that was working for them to give them information. So it could have got worse where niggas tried to set me up later. And then when I knew, you know what I'm saying, later on, like a week later, that's when me and Joe talked on the phone, and it was like, yeah, you know what? He said he had nothing to do with it, and all of that, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, my nigga, all you gotta do is tell me. I'm not even mad at you. Tell me
right.
who did it.
You just want to know who did it.
Yeah, tell me who did it. You know what I'm saying? Tell me who did it. And me and you, you know, we could always square off if you feel some way, one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? But for the next nigga that's not our people to get in, that should be, you should get mad at it too if I'm your brother. But if I meant anything to you. So he never did that shit. So at the end of the day, after the week after that, then his lawyer sends me a gag order not to ever speak about that situation in Jimmy's that happened. And he was going to get my face with reconstructive surgery and shit from Switzerland, the best doctors and shit. I took that shit and I wiped my ass and I told him, okay, cool. Now I know it was you. Because now you know, you're trying to put a gag order on me. Why would you try to put a gag order on me about that?
Yeah.
You understand? So that gave me already you know what I'm saying? And that's why when the snitching paper came up, it was like, yo, this nigga moving like that anyway. Let me find out if it's real or not. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to find out if this nigga for real or snitch like that because I don't know.
When Macho get off his paperwork, Macho right now, he's still on federal probation for probably another year or two. I don't know if they gave him 3 years probation or 5. I don't know what he told me. But whenever he get off, he'll be able to put that paperwork out there.
He'll probably be scared. He'll probably pay him off. You know what I'm saying? I won't even count on that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. No, that's like I said, that he gotta fucking.
Yo, let me ask you a question. But how was it 2 pistol Pete's in Bronx though?
Shit, it was more than 2 pistol Pete's. It was like 5.
I thought it was like 3 or 4 of them.
Hell yeah, there's a lot of pistol Pete's. There's a lot, but those are the ones that you know that their name was ringing up. You know, Pistol Pete back in the day, the Puerto Rican one. You know, his shit was ringing. Cypress Avenue,
black, right?
St. Anne's and all of that shit. He was always on his bully.
Money Murder, Pistol Pete was black, right?
And Pistol Pete from murder, yeah, from sexual murder. He's black. Yeah, he was on a different time though. He was a different time. Nah, he black.
He black. Okay.
Yeah, he black. He black. Shout out to that Pistol Pete, man.
He's coming to North, he's coming to East Orange.
Yeah, he had a chapter out there. Yeah, later on they had a chapter out there. Sex, money, and murder. They had a chapter out there. You know what I'm saying? I was never too much into the gang culture like that, but you know, he was definitely shit.
That right there, bro. That's what I repped all my life, bro.
Yeah. The mathematics. You know who's got body always, man? Tragedy, man. That's my man.
Tragedy Gaddafi, man. I was rock with Tragedy Gaddafi, man. I love Tragedy, but know what? One thing I was upset about Tragedy was I did a show about it too, where he kept going to Prodigy after Prodigy died. I felt type of. I was like, anything that happened.
See, that's a personal shit too, because he felt like Prodigy lied on him. You know what I'm saying? They try to get him in some shit because of that lie. So I don't know the intricacies of that, but I know it was a personal, and they knew each other.
I read Prodigy book on it.
Yeah.
He spoke a lot of shit, but some people see shit differently than you see. Prodigy wrote that book. That's how he felt about the situation.
Yeah, but it's also the truth, though. It's 3 sides to the truth.
Truth, yeah.
I mean, it's 3 sides to a story, but it's one truth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's one truth. I mean, I got a song called that shit right now. It's the letter to Pun Part 2, and I named that shit 3 sides to a story. But y'all gonna hear it.
Yeah.
But
definitely.
Yeah, I mean, and it's also, I don't know. Like I can't speak on that because I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
You know I know Tragedy's a real nigga. That's all I know. I know he's a real one.
I rock with Tragedy.
He a real one. He been in the game forever. His stamp has always been good. You know, regardless how crazy he is in real life, he always try to help. He always try to help others. You know, he brung a lot of others in. He gave them opportunities. So I go with what I know. That dude is a good 100%. You know what I'm saying? Nigga that I met and always showed me love and always kept it funky. And that's the reason why he, even him and Nori had his little problems. And that he wasn't rocking with Nori for a minute because of their own little, discrepancies. But you know what I'm saying? That goes to show he doesn't sell out for money. You know what I'm saying? So he's a real one, man, in my book. So I don't really know that the Prodigy and him situation. I have love for Prodigy too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you when I met Prodigy and I was a bodyguard, so I was a bodyguard and I was living in Atlanta at the time. And I was Shorty Low bodyguard.
Okay.
And Mobb Deep, they came down there. They came down to this club we was at. And Prodigy was cool as hell. I had my universal flag, like peace to the God, we stamped it up, we were kicking it because our VIPs was right next to each other.
Okay.
Well, I say peace salute. Yo, our VIPs was right next to each other, so we just kicking it, chopping it up. He's like, yo, where you from? He's like, you ain't from down here. I'm like, from Jersey. He's like, oh, I could tell. I thought you was from. He thought I was from like when you were saying like I was like either from. I was up north.
Yeah, you had the Caribbean. You got the Caribbean little lingo, man. That's why I say you grew up with Haitians and all that. Though. You rubbed off. I had a friend that, you know what I'm saying, my man Kirk, man, he's Jamaican. But you know, he got the same swag and all that. So you know, shout out to Kirk, man. It's my day one.
Yo, Ganga Roach, you know who Ganga Roach is, right?
Yeah, I seen that show. I caught that show with you and him telling, you know what I'm saying, what he was saying, and you know what I'm saying, appreciate Ganga Roach. I still got to talk to him. I actually reached out because of your show. I've seen him on your show.
I can reach out to him for you.
No, I did already. I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, he talked to me, and we're gonna get up. We're gonna talk. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, I appreciated that show. I gave y'all some love in my. I gave your show some love in my Facebook and in my Instagram. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay, because you never subscribed to me. I'm subscribed to you, so I don't know.
I think. Well, my subscription is I'll be just watching videos. I don't got a YouTube page really. Like I don't got like a podcast. You know what I'm saying? So I do my shit on IG and Facebook. I do my shit.
I subscribe to you on IG, but you never subscribe back, so I didn't know. Like, the nigga ain't subscribed back. My nigga, I'm sorry, man. I probably. No, it's okay. I'm going doing that. I'm still on my old school. You know what I'm saying? Just accepting shit. And if you accept me, I don't even know who you follow me or not until I go on your page. If you write me, I might go into your picture, and if I see my following, then I follow you. But yeah, I don't be on it like that. My bad, my brothers. I know it's all good, bro. I just let you know that you ain't stop. I will try to tag you, son, in a live, but won't let me because you wasn't following me.
Okay, then you should have hit me. You should have hit me with that. Yo, follow me, my nigga. This is this is the king.
I said officially you will. You know what I'm saying?
But I got you now.
Bibby, my big brother. Bibby been my big bro. And I'm like, I call that nigga like, nigga, you ain't follow me? He's like, yo, bro. He's like, my bad, guy.
Yeah. Bibby hit me one time. And shout out to Bibby, man.
Some cats don't be on it like that. You know what I mean? Just niggas don't be on it like that.
Yeah. And Chris, we still got to do our shit too, man. Nigga, the promotion and all that shit. I still got to do that shit for you, man.
Yeah, bro. We gonna really talk.
Yeah, we got to link up. You got my numbers and all that. You just tell me what to do, man. Like I told you, you give me a description and I got it. I got you. I blasted off on my page and all that shit. I owe you that.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. We're doing a give back. We're doing a giveaway, man. Back to school giveaway in Jersey. We'll be in North Elizabeth. We're giving out book bags and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying?
For the kids.
For the kids, yeah. To give back to the kids.
That's what's up.
I'm gonna go live while I'm doing it, and I'm gonna try to link you in. So, whatever. So you can promote your albums. You got an album coming out too, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm doing it single by single. You know what I'm saying?
Single?
Yeah, because it's like, you know, I'm definitely the outcome of it, of course, is going to be my Missing Link album that I'm trying to put out. But it's also me starting again, you know, the Phoenix style. You know what I'm saying?
Sound good, bro. Sound real good.
New beginnings and all of that. And you know, I'm really 100% at it right now this time. You know what I'm saying? Every Cuban
sound like you in your bag. You in your bag right now.
Yeah. I'm in my bag. So that's what I'm saying. I feel good about everything. My creative side is on top peak right now. So I feel good about, you know what I'm saying, doing my music. So I'm just letting everybody just catch up to where I'm at and me catch up to where they at. You know what I'm saying? Because there's also a new era and shit. And I just want to make sure the niggas will respect, you know what I'm saying, the type of shit I'm coming with. But it's fire. It's fire. I feel the fire.
Yeah, bro.
I feel the fire.
Bro. It's there. It's there, bro.
Yeah. We coming with it.
I listen to your shit. Like I said, man, be honest, out of the whole Terror Squad, big pun you, I rocked with your heart. I didn't really know other one's name like that, and I rocked with Ruby Mobb. Because Ruby Mobb, she's supposed to sign with 50 Cent with my cousin Jackie O. Jackie O and Shauna were supposed to sign with 50 Cent and form a group.
Yeah, they stopped. Joe stopped it because she wanted to rock with them because the same reason me at the time. You know, that Joe wasn't paying attention to her album. She didn't feel that Joe was really representing her right. It was all about him, and that's why he was on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, our shit took a different twist to it, but you can see even Remy how mad she was. You know what I'm saying about that? Because you know, it's one thing about you expecting that to happen for you, but if you're paying a motherfucker 20% out of every show, out of every feature you do. And he's on your payroll where he's getting money off you and he's not doing a job for you, then you feel a whole different shit. Like, yo, my nigga, what's up? Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Then it don't feel like business anymore. It don't feel like friendship anymore.
It's so personal now.
Yeah.
Now I feel, but yo, I'm gonna tell you, so you got kids, man? Yeah, so you got kids?
Yeah, I got 2 kids.
How many kids you got, bro?
2 kids.
2
kids. That's it. I got my boy, my prince.
Man, come on,
I got my prince.
You supposed to slinging no dick, bro. You supposed to be slinging that dick with all that money.
Yeah, I mean, I only popped off too, you know. So, and from the right ones too, the right ones. So you know what I'm saying. My baby mothers, you know what I'm saying. I spent over 10 years with them. So at the end of the day, it was like, you know, I've been blessed by that. You know, I shot an aim at the time that, you know what I'm saying, that they were supposed to be shot and aimed. You know,
got it when it was time. Yeah,
I got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know.
It's niggas that got 9, 10 kids right now. I mean, a lot of them. Yeah. It's a lot of them that, you know. I mean, the industry we're in, shit. Yeah. You could imagine.
Your boy the Cannon busted everything.
And Tony Sunshine got like 10 kids. Tony Sunshine got like 10 kids.
Oh, word?
Oh, man.
I'm gonna keep it real. I always thought Tony Sunshine like boy. But bussy. I always thought he like bussy. I ain't gonna front.
What you mean, bussy?
Boy, pussy. Boy, pussy.
I don't know. Later on in life, like I said, they changed, man. They changed.
That's all he thought.
They changed, man. Like the niggas I knew from when like I said, those memories that I got from the beginning. Like even Joe was keeping it funky at that time. You know what I'm saying? It's that the money and the fame, once they got to a certain level, they turned into just fucking baloney smokers to me. You know what I'm saying? I just never really changed. That's the problem. I was in, you know what I'm saying? I was a nigga that never really changed. I mean, what to change about, man? You know, your foundation is when your foundation is strong and you love yourself and you know, you love where you come from, why should you change? So, you know what I'm saying? And that's all. Right. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that I'm better than nobody. I'm just saying that that's just who I am.
You're being yourself. You're being official. You're being original.
But that's maybe what I'm saying. One of them, that little fucking characteristic right there might be the reason I didn't fit in with them. They was about to change to be the bushwhackers. You know what I'm saying?
For real. Yeah, man.
Do your Remy still speak?
Nah. I think she's prohibited to talk to me. And
she prohibited?
It was just the same way that, you know, she couldn't sign with 50, I guess. I'm saying in that sign, like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I always reached out, even when she was locked up, I always reached out, show my love. Didn't go to see her. I couldn't go to see her. I couldn't go see fucking Hocus 4/5 to this day. I think they got mad at me on that level.
Hocus 4/5?
No. Even with the Bang Bang Boogie situation.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying that when they got locked up, because they got locked up for some real shit too. That's how we came to a stop with the Bang Bang Boogie shit. They got locked up, and that shit went to another monkey wrench in the business that somebody threw in there. Right when we was about to pop off, you know what I'm saying? They had to get locked up and all that shit. So, and then, you know, the next thing you know, they back with the Joe guy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what he told them or what they sold themselves out to.
You and my son, y'all still tight?
Who?
My son.
My son, yeah. I still talk to Mice, and even Hope to this day. They call me in there. You know what I'm saying? Mice always answers my call, and you know, he do features whenever I ask him to. So that's my dude, and I'm proud of him. I'm proud of Hope.
Yeah, I like he did a nice change, but I respect that.
Yeah, you gotta respect it, man. Mice, intelligent. You know what I'm saying? For his people.
Hassan Campbell, bro. Hassan Campbell.
Hassan is cool too. He's a nutcase though, but he cool. He's just he's a nutcase. He's a nutcase. But you know, at the end of the day, I gotta consider him part of our society, like our nutcase. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's always looking at the negative side a lot. So he's always on the last days. You know, the world's gonna end and shit. You know, type time. He says some positive shit sometimes, man. That you know hit the heart and hit the core. And he goes against everybody's what he's saying, and he stands up. As far as like the YouTube thing, and what he says on camera, you know, he stands on to what I believe, and he's been a victim, man.
You know, I'm gonna say one thing about Hassan Campbell. I don't rock with the nigga like that. Me and him was beef at one time, but he don't lie about a lot of shit. A lot of shit lie about except when he doing shit like the shit he did with the guns and shit like that. That stupid shit, but. A lot of shit you say don't be a lie.
He be a hypocrite sometimes. But he's learning. He hypocrite like when he talk about, you know, he don't fuck the hood and all that, and he go back to the hood. Like he does hypocrite shit like that. We all do stupid shit like that. We all do it. So I know what I'm saying, I understand. But he's a voice that's more positive to me than negative. You know what I'm saying? And he's definitely lost sometimes, like we all He's always room for improvement. He says powerful shit, and his story is powerful. You know what I'm saying? Him being molested and all that shit, that's real.
That came around Africa Bambaataa.
Yeah, that shit, but that shit real. That shit real.
I know it's real. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you a story, yo. I told the story like back a long time ago. Well, I remember when I was working for I was DJ Red Alert bodyguard, and we was in Atlanta. And that's what Africa Bambaataa had a house in Atlanta. He had a party. Now the party he had in the basement, wherever it was, he had a throne chair sitting there. He had little Puerto Rican boys dressed up like Egyptian princesses. You know what I'm saying? So when they came out with that he was touching boys, stuff like that, I already knew it. And matter of fact, his nephew is my homeboy. His nephew lived in Virginia with me. His nephew, my homeboy.
Yeah, man. That conversation already been to me, solidified with other people that came from the closet behind that. You know what I'm saying? After Hassan, with the Stinger, Beat Stinger, and then the other niggas, too many niggas.
Do you think Joe held you back because he knew you would blow?
What can I say? That's me.
That's a question for the audience.
I wouldn't say that myself, but he definitely held me back because of internal hatred that he has, and wouldn't know why. I wouldn't know why, except the fact that I always been a real nigga to him, been in there in real situations. It's like the person to him, like the nigga that did more shit, stand up shit by him, is the more fear he has to let that man be by himself and do him, because it's like, especially after the things that were done. His conscience probably plays the fact of being in that fear that I might get him back when I'm in power, just like he got me when I, back in the days. And it's something that's his fear, that's his conscience. You know what I'm saying? So he lives with that, and you could tell, he goes beyond shit even to this day to try to stop me from doing it and keeping that energy towards me, where it's like he tries to assassinate my character and stuff like that. So, at the end of the day, is what did I really do to him? I ain't really do nothing that that less than probably 50 Cent that he fixed that relationship up with him, and less than Jay-Z what he tried to do to Jay-Z back in the day. So it's like the only thing that difference between me is that I know the infrastructure. I come from from the cloth of that, from the beginning of that, and I stood up for what I know he was doing, and a lot of stupid shit, thievery shit that he done. And at the end of the day, it could have been fixed with a conversation, and with a real. He could have been fixed to that day that he told me, "Yo, I got a present for you, Q," and he showed me a little nice picture or address of a nigga that did some drawing back in the days. That could have been fixed with that, but obviously he didn't. So he meant that. You know what I'm saying? He meant to protect the other dudes.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Somebody just said your relationship, your situation is kind of like Jay and DeHaven.
Jay who?
Jay-Z and DeHaven. Their situation, like,
who's DeHaven?
DeHaven was Jay-Z's boss when they was younger. That was his brother.
I didn't know.
That was like his brother.
Oh, okay. I see the nigga that went to jail. I think I seen him. I seen him talking too. Yeah. It's like that. It's like that where it's just with me is a different thing. My story didn't start with no Joe. You know what I'm saying? My story started in Cuba. You know what I'm saying? And the whole story of Cuban Link is not just something that is about drama with a beluga whale from later on. You know what I'm saying? From the Bronx. It started really, you know what I'm saying? Me being a refugee, that little refugee of 5 years old that came to America, learned English. You know what I'm saying? Got with through friendship, got with the coolest nigga in the world that's Puerto Rican, and then our energy together. We force each other to be the best of what we did, and back and forth. And then that man right there became one of the top hip hop MCs in the world, and I was his best friend, and he inspired me to do the same because we came from the same cloth. So it's a deeper story. And even Joe, when I look at the positive things with Joe, like I'd rather take his hate and make it positive, because regardless, why he doubted in me. How much he didn't want me to be this type of person or be part of something. I made it. You know what I'm saying? I made it through my own merit. And even he wants to give me the salutes for it, or he doesn't, I took it because it was done by me. So once I knew that, and that took a long time for me to, get to this point. where I could just, really think of, my life and my career that way. Where it's like all the hate that you showed me, nigga, was really love that you didn't want to show me. And that made me go the extra mile to show and prove myself to the world. So it's nothing but a beautiful thing. You know what I'm
saying? If Pon was Joe, man, like Joe always screaming, Joe will fix these relationships. That's somebody.
But you know that. It's already a story that's been told. It's not something that happened yesterday. It's something that happened 20-something years ago. And you can put the timeline together and see the real actions of them. Like, you know what I'm saying? What Joe did after Punt Pass, what I did after Punt Pass, what Liza, his wife, did after Punt Pass, what the kids did.
Shout out to Liza and shout out to Chris. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that because Joe screwed them majorly for all these years by talking about he going to $75,000. That's all Punt had.
Yeah, I know.
Bro.
And that's just what I'm saying. That scumbag type moves like that. It's just like, why would you even try to lie on top of? Why would we say that? Oh, look at me. I gave him everything. Look, I don't own nothing. I gave it. You didn't give nothing back. They took you to court for 20 years and trying to do this. They had to take you to court for you to give it back to them. It's not that he gave it back to them out of his kindness of his heart. Or, you know what I'm saying? He tried to make it look like he kind of his heart. Look, I just gave it back. I don't own nothing.
Don't they get the royalties to the album now too?
Of course. Liza got everything back. That's
peak. Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. One day I want to talk to Liza and Chris. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm sure they passed over the situation because I'm sure they've been through enough, and I know they gotta be tired of this shit.
Yeah.
Unlike me, you know what I'm saying? Unlike me, because I still haven't have answers to answer, some questions that I have. So that's why I still be on my shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? This niggas think they can get away with it. When you do that to a real one, you can't get away with it. So, it's just that's it. It's finding the answers, and the answers marinate, and you can make sense of things. You know what I'm saying? But when somebody's guilty, they don't usually like giving answers. They like lying.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So I know we had you up here a minute, man. I appreciate you for coming.
Yeah, my phone about to die too, man. Word up.
Yo, you got my number, I got your number. If you ever need something, when you dropping a song or something, you want to come up here and promote it and push it out.
Definitely, my brother. And definitely we gotta coincide. I'm about to start my page too. I'm about to start my a little podcast too, where I talk about certain things. So I'm gonna do the same favor, man, and have you on my shit, and we kick it. It don't have to be about no crazy shit. No beef. I'm not looking to get into the bullshit.
I just want you to get your story out.
Definitely.
Because my audience, a lot of people rock with you. My audience, we only got 114 in here today because I've been falling back. I've been working a lot. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
But don't worry. If we'll do numbers, and your story
we'll do numbers. Don't worry about it, man. I let our talent go on show, man. One way or the other. And Chris, you already know we gotta get together. Hit me up, brother, so we could get that little package done and done.
Let me hold. Let me go to one song. I want you to hear this Chris down one song that he did for my another song he did for my show.
Oh, that's Chris on the shit.
Yeah.
On the beginning too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The beginning. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, baby, I like that.
Well, this is the first song he did for me right here. I'm gonna play that. You know what I'm saying? He did this. Hold on, wait 1 second.
Yeah, I'm in no gang like ooh. What's all this commotion? Grown man got like females, ooh. Making moves, ain't gon' lose. Mama ain't raised no fool. I'm my own gang, do my own thing. I'm my own man, nah, I ain't you. God just hit me on the line, say he up in the city, said Nick come through. He from Philadelphia, they're known as Philadelphia. They the fam, nothing new. I ain't got too much emotion and feeling for those trying to mess up my mood. Thanks for the beef on fire, came to east side, ain't nothing new. Like we used to crime, we dropped dimes on all we knew. If we got caught, we did not rap. We rather lay flat before we ever told. Cause loyalty still mean a lot to me, even though places on earth is a zoo. Think politics and presidents is gonna save them. Man, I thank God I ain't nothing like you. We just multiply, we don't die. We done seen war and survive. And we done got bored with the vibe. The gang only on tough, ride. We ain't trying to run we outside. If you ain't king, don't pay us no mind. Cause we do not recognize got dudes who are faking. We militant, we don't play online. Yeah, I'm in no gang, no gang, no gang, no gang, no gang like who?
Bang bang.
It's all this commotion. Grown men got like females.
Bang bang.
King moves, ain't gon' lose. Mama ain't raised no fool.
Bang
I'm
bang.
my own gang, do my own thing. I'm my own man, now I ain't you. Not killing
Bang,
with bars.
bang.
I get them with truth, but they call me frivolous. I got the top from computer. I am no fool. No, I'm nothing like you. Every day I am on guard, but I cannot call who real or who fake my crew. I just know the back door isn't heavy, so I keep my eyes on everything that I see move. Some call it rude, but I call it militant vibe. We do not smile, refuse to go back and forth on computers, and we are too smart to act like we don't notice. Some notice the flow is like knives. Yeah, they gave me the cosign, along with us rhymes. So crank, say come back and see him when album's completed, and I'm gonna make it your time. Yeah, don't mind me, I'm floating on cloud nine. We protect the heavily, mama, don't worry about me dying. God got me on fine, believe. Don't mind me, I'm floating on cloud nine. We protect the heavily, mama, don't worry about me dying. God got me on fine, believe.
Bang bang.
I'm in no gang, no gang, no gang, no gang,
no gang like
bang bang bang. No gang, no
Peace to
gang.
the
No
mob,
gang.
the guys on Nerve. We ain't
That's
no
right.
blood or crip. We doing our own thing. Btbtv that started his own gang like nigga. What?
That's right, baby.
My
That's
brothers,
right.